What's up, y'all? Welcome back, man. It's your boy D-Friend. Episode number 105 of D-Friend Daily is back. We are here to discuss a couple of things that I just feel like talking about, right? They're not big news stories, pretty much besides the Kanye shit, but shit that I saw that I want to discuss, I want to talk about. So before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Let's get to it, man. All right, so as we know, and as I've spoke about millions of times, Kanye West is, taking over the internet. Every time Kanye posts, every blog imaginable posts about it. Now we got major media networks, Trevor Noah, discussing. I saw Trevor Noah's video. Trevor Noah's video, when I watched it, it came out 8 hours ago when I watched it. This was yesterday. The shit already had like 900,000 salute war in the motherfucking building. You about to take an L in the next coming weeks, but I'm gonna leave that, for another time. You already know. But yeah, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about this week. Like Pete Davidson, we got to talk about Pete Davidson now. Like I didn't really know too much about Pete Davidson, but after I saw some clips of Kim Kardashian's Ellen interview, it made me look into him a little bit crazy. In word, I'm not saying the new Joe No Jumper, like they're the new. No, he's the new Joe Budden. No. Talking about the downfall part of it and how it's gonna be different. Just talking about shit I'm seeing. Not that they're not Joe Budden in no way, shape, or form. Talking about the downfall. That's what I'm talking about. But we'll talk about that when I get to that a little bit later. But anyways, like I said, let me digress. What was I talking about? We'll get into Pete. Pete, weird guy, man. Kim brought up some shit that to me is like a little sketchy. You got to kind of watch people like that. So anyways, this is a story that came out yesterday. Kanye West was suspended from Instagram for 24 hours due to the fact that he was harassing, bullying, and all those things like that, right? So people assume that it's because of Kim Kardashian, but it looks like it's because of the post that he posted about Trevor Noah. Because you look at everything he posted yesterday, the only thing that got deleted before I guess he got banned was the post he made about Trevor Noah, which was pretty much calling Trevor Noah a coon. But if you actually really sit down and watch Trevor Noah's video, he didn't really say anything bad about Kanye West. He kind of said what I said, like, hey, I can see how this could look weird and crazy and it looks kind of harmful, looks kind of whatever, but I also understand why this guy doesn't want his daughter on TikTok, why he doesn't want this, why he doesn't want that, right? Pretty much kind of the same thing that I'm saying. So this is the article. Instagram hits Kanye with temporary ban over racial slur against Trevor Noah. So Kanye West has been suspended from Instagram for 24 hours following his use of a racial slur in a post about Trevor Noah. On Tuesday night, comedian Trevor Noah discussed the feud between West and his ex-wife Kim Kardashian on the show, citing experience from his own childhood to warn that it could turn violent. So, I mean, he's projecting shit that was going on in his childhood, and I guess if you're a man like Kanye, and you know in your heart that you're not going to do any violence towards your wife, your kids, I can see how you could be mad about somebody kind of insinuating like, hey, this happened in my life, so I think that X, Y, and Z potentially possibly happened in this situation. So anyways, he said what's Kim going through is terrifying to watch. What we're seeing is one of the most powerful, one of the richest women in the world, unable to get her ex to stop texting her, to stop chasing after her, to stop harassing her. In response, West went after Noah on Instagram early Wednesday morning. In the caption, he quoted the chorus from a gospel song, Kumbaya, My Lord, replacing the first syllable with a racial slur, reading Kumbaya, My Lord. Black people can't call each other coons anymore? See, that is, I see where people can say, like, it becomes hypocritical in certain aspects, because, like I said, if a motherfucker like Candace Owens get on Instagram and say some shit, people call her coon all day. Coon. Any black person that goes against it, whatever, like mainstream, I would say, because I don't think all black people think the same in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, at all. But whatever you would consider a mainstream narrative, they'll call him a coon all day, nothing happens. But also, we got to know that Kanye West is a lot more visible than, the average person you're going to see on Instagram. So when we get confused why Kanye and not why X, Y, and Z, Kanye West is one of the biggest figures, not even rappers, whatever, one of the biggest figures in the world, point blank period. And also he's coming at another very large figure in Trevor Noah, so that's going to generate a lot of attention. Instagram is probably going to see that, okay, we got to pause you out for 24 hours due to this. So the Game, he responded on did I pull up the Game's thing? I don't think I pulled it up. I'm pulling it up right now though. But the Game responded because, I guess Game is like, since Kanye put him on a record, kind of revived his career a little bit at this point. Everything Kanye does, he's like championing Kanye. And I get it. That's your boy. You feel like he gave you the world. Like, my shit glitching out. I don't even want to pull up the damn. I don't want to pull up the thing. So let me get off there real quick before I start fucking up my whole life. Anyways, the Game has something to say about it. I can't pull it up. It won't allow me. But he just essentially said that Kanye, you know what? I'll find it on Instagram since I can't pull up my graphic. Since this shit want to be stupid as hell. See, this is why you don't go live. This is why you don't go live, because shit get fucked up when you go live. Instagram LA Confidential. All right, here we go. So he says, free Ye, right? So then we got IG funny as hell with what they say violates their policies, etc. It's a whole war going on in Ukraine and hate posts surrounding it that add fuel to the fire. Plus Africans being violated and barred from crossing borders to safety of the racist comments content attached. And y'all zeroed in on Ye's post about the protection of his children, his fatherhood, and him speaking his truth in defense to the coonery displayed by other verified users on this app that further complicate his situation in regards to his family. I don't like, that's one thing I don't like. I don't like when any person opposes you, it's automatic. Like I said, I don't even like when people call Candace Owens a coon because Candace Owens opposes whatever viewpoint you might have, right? Anytime, like black people, it seems like when you oppose, it's automatically you a coon. If it's not of the popular, whatever the popular opinion, or just your opinion in general. So obviously, the Game wants to throw his 2 cents in because, like I said, he thinks Kanye has done more than him than Dr. Dre has ever done because Kanye put him on Easy, which Kanye doesn't even really like fucking promote like that. But whatever, right? He did it. And then he tried to like correlate what's going on in Ukraine and Africans being violated and racist posts and comments. I don't see any, like I said, maybe he's on a different side of Instagram than me. I don't see anybody on Instagram who posts about the Africans. And I'm not saying that there's not no fucking people say some dumb shit. I'm not saying that. But like I said, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Bigger platform. They're going to see you. They're going to take you out. That's all it comes down to. Kanye West is a super figure. Trevor Noah is a big figure. Kanye West called him a coon. Instagram don't fuck with it. They're going to take him down. Right? So this is just another thing that is good for Kanye, honestly, because when you get quote unquote canceled, it kind of like draws in the troops a little bit more because they feel like their guy is being like, they're out to get him. That's pretty much what it is. If you can get canceled for a brief moment, your troops will corral behind you. They'll ride for you even harder because now they can really dig into, why are they really trying to silence him? It'll go into conspiracy theories and all type of shit like that. And people, they love that shit. That shit, at this point, that shit drives the internet. Anything that we kind of bring to a conspiracy theory will drive the internet and you run with it forever. And like I said, the things that Trevor Noah was saying, in my opinion, weren't even that bad to where I would think that he would get a post from Kanye. DL Hughley, he's riding the shit till the wheels fall off. He keeps talking shit. He keeps talking about Pete having sex with Kim. And I get it. Like, all right, bro, you keep talking shit. I'm going to talk shit about you. And whatever. So, speaking of DL Hughley, Steve Harvey responded on behalf of DL Hughley saying that if Ye wants to fight DL Hughley, then pull up.
Pull up, man. I done said with you before, but I done said with that brother many times. Just pull up. It ain't what you want.
I'm telling you.
And if y'all do get to scrapping, all my cash on DL, because you have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You've been a little politically,
sheltered,
socially conscious rapper. We from an ass whooping era. Yeah.
Not the whole
totally
era.
Different thing.
Yeah, we from a whole nother era. When you can come out to my house in Calabasas.
Yeah.
He lives in California. Yeah, come on, man. Back up.
DL is my guy.
I'm sorry. No, dog. He got too much.
DL. Yeah.
And you ain't really no rightist. You ain't even really on the right. Dog.
You're wrongest. Really. You're wrongest.
Come on, Ye. We all good, man. I don't know.
So obviously Steve Harvey, comedians, they ride with DL Hughley till the wheels fall off. I don't know why he assumes that. Like, I don't know. Maybe DL got hands. Maybe Steve Harvey has seen something through their long lineage of comedy tours, comedy specials, where he could confirm or deny that DL Hughley has hands and could beat Kanye up. I don't know. I don't think that's the case. Kanye's a little bit younger. DL's a little bit older. But I highly doubt that DL Hughley or Kanye West will ever physically get into a confrontation. Because even in Kanye's post yesterday, he said, I'm sure we'll be friends again. Or we'll be friends at some point. But for right now, I'm going to get on your ass. Because you keep, I keep coming at you. You keep coming back at me. We're just digging. And that's pretty much how the Kanye saga go. I was interested, though, yesterday that before I saw that Kanye got suspended, I saw that Kim was on Ellen. And I was like, oh, shit. Kanye's about to storm the internet once again. She made claims that she kind of essentially said like she wants this forever. The little thing that she has going with Pete Davidson. Now, I don't know if she means I want this feeling forever. Like maybe she feels happy. She's at peace. She loves her life at the moment. I don't know if she's saying that or she's saying she wants to be with Pete for the rest of her life. Now, to me, that's kind of premature. Like you move a little fast. You just hop out. What was the show Kanye for? Like 10? They was together and married for like 10 plus years. To say like, I want this guy forever, to me is a little bit weird. And then it gets even to a deeper weird paradigm when you see what Pete Davidson did. So if you didn't see when Pete Davidson did that picture with his shirt off, people were zooming in, enhancing, looking at his tattoos, yada, yada, yada. And we saw like a Kim tattoo. So off the bat, I think that's weird. Like, y'all just got together, a couple months, and you already got this woman's name tattooed on you. And he also has some other weird tattoo. You know what? I'll let her tell you.
An interviewer to ask about the tattoo. Everyone said because he posted this the selfie, sort of, right? And they're reading into it saying that there's a tattoo that says Kim.
Yeah, he has a few tattoos, a few cute ones, that he got. But this one is it's not, that one, the Kim one, isn't a tattoo. It's actually a branding, because, let me explain it, because he wanted to do something that was really.
So, you know how everybody on Instagram and social media does a red flag, red flag, red flag? Let me tell you something. If a guy gets a tattoo, that's probably a red flag too. After a couple months of being with you. If a guy gets branded with the, like they do the cows with the steam and the iron and your skin sizzle, it burns, that shit probably a million times worse than a tattoo. We got to heal, got to do all those things that does, got to bubble up, all those things that a brand does. He got that on his chest with Kim's name. That's a red flag. I got to watch it. Now I'm on Kanye's side more than ever as far as we got to watch this guy. Because to me, that's like a different level of like weird. Especially when you're digging his track record with women. Because when I saw that, I said, okay, let me go look at this Ariana Grande shit again. Because everybody saw how he was doing shit to Mac Miller that day. He was texting Mac Miller shit like he was fucking Ariana, yada, yada, whatever. And we ride with Mac Miller, especially over Skeet. But I digress. Pete Davidson is known to move fast, especially with high-profile women. He proposed to Ariana Grande a few weeks after they got together. Now, is that a celebrity move? Celebrities do shit like that? I get it. That's weird. Celebrities are weird. Maybe they're like, oh my God, I found somebody who relates to me. They know my life, my fame. Just get married. Let's just run and do it. But then they end up breaking up like a couple months later. So when I hear that he got a brand of Kim Kardashian's name, he has another, he has two. He has a brand and he has another tattoo that says, my girl is a lawyer. Did Kim pass her LSAT yet? Is she really a lawyer or is she still studying to be a lawyer? And also, and there's no way meant to shame anybody who deals with mental health struggles, yada, 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 anything like that, right? Does Kim look at, and it just made me think, I just started thinking, my mind just started going. Does Kim look at Pete as like a project? Like, hey, here's another guy who has, he's had documented mental health struggles, been to rehab, been to this, been to that. I want to get with this guy because of that. Although he may be a sweet guy, he may make her feel normal. He probably doesn't have the ego of I could probably understand that Kanye West is probably a hard guy to be in a relationship with. I could imagine that being the case. With just what we see, I can imagine that being the case also behind closed doors. With like the self, arrogance and with that type thing. That's great personality traits for being, like I said in the other video, hyper successful, maybe not the best traits for relationship, right? But anyways, it just made me think, like, would you want another person around your kids who's known to have a struggle? And like I said, I'm not trying to mental health phobia nobody out and no shit like that. But do you want that around your kids? Now, as you being a dad, that's one thing. You got your mental health struggles, you bipolar, you this, you do whatever. But another guy that you don't know what his shit be like as a dad, hey, like I said, if I ever got divorced and she bring a nigga, we've been together for 2 months, he got my name branded, he's been, he has mental health. Like I said, I know people that got mental health. I'm not against people with mental health. Salute. I love the people I know that got, I love them. But I'm saying, me, and I would assume, I guess Kanye, you a little, especially around your children, because it's the unknown. You don't know. And we're all afraid of the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how deep, your mental health stuff gets. Some people it gets to like this level, and some people get to where they drop like to the ocean. So you got to watch, just to see what's going on. Like I said, I'm not trying to demean Pete Davis' character. Everybody who speaks about Pete Davis says he's a great guy. He's a nice guy. He's a sweet guy. He's amazing. But shit like that, the brand, the extra tattoos, the shaky, you just gotta really keep your eye focused on a guy that's, got shit like that rolling and going on. So I'm not, Trevor Noah, whatever, Kanye, he's gonna get his Instagram back. I'm sure he's gonna be I would assume he's gonna be cautious when he's posting, or he's just gonna go like, hey, look, Instagram, another leftist tech censorship organization is looking to take me out because of yada, yada, yada. And I wish Vicky was on here. I don't know, is Vicky on here right now? Because when I went live yesterday, she was talking about, not yesterday, when I went premiered, we was having back and forth about like politics, shit like that. I'm gonna state this and reiterate this again right here. I don't think anybody in actual politics gives a fuck about Kanye West in politics. I don't think Kanye West has no sway in politics. He's influential, but I do not think when people hear him speak politics, they take that shit seriously. I don't think so. I genuinely do not feel that way. I do not think so. So when I see that the leftists are out to get Kanye West, like, he's not out here spouting shit like Candace Owens, where they like, hey, she's promoting Russian propaganda, or, oh, she's doing this and she's doing that. He's not like a Larry Elder. He's not like an Officer Tatum. He's not like Justice Clarence Thomas. Like, he's not no like big political figure to where I would think the left is trying to get him up out of here. I just don't think he's a pop culture discussion, not a political discussion. I just think that he knows that when you bring stuff like that up, people, they ride with it. That's what it is. Politics is divisive. People are going to ride with it. They're going to make it look good. It's going to sound good. So that's where that shit go. I missed it. How do you know Trevor Noah got kicked off Instagram? That's what because the title, whatever. Trevor Noah got kicked off. He called Trevor Noah a coon, and they're saying it violates their policies. He's taking off Instagram for 24 hours because of that. Because they say that coon is a racial slur that should not be used by one person to describe another person. So that's how. That's why. And if you look at his page before he got taken down, at all the posts he posted that day, that's all that, whatever. Clickbait. Not click. Trevor Noah him talk about Trevor Noah got him taken down. That's what it is. That's what it is. Trevor Noah got him taken down. But anyways, I don't give a fuck. Clickbait titles, come in, watch, salute. Anyways, I want to talk about the second part of my title, right? When I say no jumper, the new Joe Budden. When Wardo earlier, I don't know if Wardo's still in here, but he was like, the new Joe Budden, that's a crazy thing. I definitely don't think that no jumper is the no like Joe Budden as far as like commentary, in-depth conversation about music, whatever. Not like nothing like that. I'm talking about the downfall of No Jumper and how I envision that taking place. Because I watched No Jumper, the podcast with him, AD, House Phone. I watch that shit on Tuesdays. It's the dynamic is entertaining. That's not clickbait. That's all right, I'm not engaging. Whatever. Anyways, like I said, they continue to have these like on air arguments, disagreements, cultural, conversations. And it just made me think, if this is to continue on, right? At what point do these guys break away and become their own thing? But let me just play the clip, right? Because I talked about this as well with Adam and AD and House Phone when they were talking about the vaccines and how Adam was like, black people think this about the vaccine, that's stupid. Black people this, da. And I was like, that's kind of like low key, a little culturally insensitive the way you speaking about how black people feel about shit due to things that have happened to them in the past. And they argued about it. Adam called it dumb. The guys on this side table who are obviously black, they didn't like the way that came across. So this is the newest, in rendition that they're speaking about, once again, Kanye West. They're speaking about the emo girl shit with Northwest being on her thing.
And it didn't look like she was trying to dress like fucking Marilyn Manson.
Can we agree to? I mean, that's kind of what the vibe was.
Exactly.
Can we just agree to disagree on that and move on?
I'm excited to know that MGK is a goth artist. A bottle fell.
I mean, emo. What
What's wrong with emo?
Black people think anything that is not godly is the opposite.
And I told him
I
that.
fell in love with an emo girl.
I told him that earlier.
means-
That's inappropriate.
To black
Halloween
people,
shit
to
too,
black
as well.
people, emo means slit your wrist. It means
Exactly.
worshiping the fucking devil.
Yes.
Bro, literally.
And see,
I grew
There is
up with
no
a black,
way
So if
that
you-
black people actually think
Yes,
that
yes,
emo
they
means
do.
slitting your wrist.
Bro,
Bro,
you're not black.
Like, how
you
you
pasty
gonna tell us that?
motherfucker.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've
I
ever
feel
heard.
like you guys are just not going to agree on this.
Yeah, like,
Not
it's
happening.
like,
Because he thinks he knows it
yeah,
all
we're
about
literally
our
trying
culture.
to tell you, bro.
You're just making shit up.
We're not making nothing up.
Emo means killing yourself.
Why would we make some shit up how black people view the shit?
Fuck? I'm telling you how my actual mother has reacted to me.
You played I'm in love with an emo girl for your mother?
Nigga,
No.
I took my daughter's TikTok
have I
away
caused, man?
because of
she
some
was
emo
DMing
shit.
with fans.
No, emo shit. She was sitting there acting
was acting
emo.
emo.
I took that shit away from her for
They
that.
literally-
I think you guys and we need to define emo, and I don't know if now is the time
No,
to do it.
All right, so that's interesting. What I'm seeing right here, Akina. I don't even try to pronounce your name. No Jumper is Adam 22. He could bring anybody there, and it will still be his show. When I say it won't be his show, I think that he's positioned himself now. He pretty much did what Joe Budden didn't do, right? Joe Budden got his team, Rory Ma, had them on one show, and that's it. You one show. This is all you are. I think that this is me. This is when I'm talking about this shit. This is me speaking and what I think. You might have a different perspective. You might think a little different thing. But this is what I see when I see it, right? It just made me think. I see them arguing. I see certain things that could eventually the turmoil when you hear him talk about the Vegas shit. The guy was named T-Rail, how he feel he's screaming on him, yada, yada, yada. Seeing how they're doing their own interviews now. They're doing their own podcast now. They're doing whatever they're doing. My point with saying that is I could see a world that if these guys decided to break away from him, it would be really bad for Adam 22 and No Jumper. Because when I look at it, I see these new guys, the Dunos, the T-Rails, the ADs, the House Phone. Even though House Phone has been there for a while, but I feel like, I don't know, for some reason to me, it's like he's coming to a new, I don't know, it's like a brand new person. That's what it feels like to me. As far as personality-wise, I would rather watch them than watch Adam. Because like I'm saying, Adam isn't Joe Budden. You know how when Joe Budden and Rory and Moss split away, people was like, oh, well, Joe Budden is still Joe Budden. He's the reason we're here. He's the reason we watch. I don't think that the reason most people watch, at least to this point, is still just because of Adam. Because when Adam's opinions like that, they're not too thought-provoking, they're not too entertaining. They're not, he's not Joe Budden. That's what I mean. He's not Joe Budden. So what I'm saying is, if he was to burn the bridge, and these four people do know, T-Rail, House Phone, and AD were to leave No Jumper, and he was to try to replace them, I think there would be however we saw it happen with Joe Budden, I think it would be 10 times worse as far as No Jumper goes. When we're talking about the select pockets, I'm not talking about him doing interviews. He can still do interviews, all that shit like that, still give views. I'm talking about the way he's trying to branch it out. Without the motherfuckers there, I feel like it could be a Joe Budden situation, but 10 times worse. Because at the end of I'm saying that at the end of the day, because I feel like as far as personality goes, these guys are more personality driven than Adam 22. Adam 22 is driven. He got the interviews, he got the people. But if you just want to tell me that you run to hear topics to hear Adam talk about certain topics, you like, I have to go hear his opinion. I don't. If you do, that's you. But I don't. And I don't think a lot of people do. When you want to hear somebody speak about shit, you might go listen to academics. You might go listen to a Charlamagne. You might go listen to a Joe Budden and his opinion on certain shit. I don't think you rush to go listen to his opinion on certain shit. It's pronounced Ikena. Okay, Ikena. All right, I got you. Adam 22 has been leaning to the right a lot on things, especially when he interviews a black person and they are saying some right wing shit. Joe is a jackass today. Shake my head, watched it for years, and I came to that conclusion today. Yeah, I think that's the thing too. Like, I think that he doesn't understand. Like I said, like when we talk about the vaccine shit, he was on the ass about the vaccine. I made a whole video about him. How he was kind of like, I want to say he's like denigrating black people, but he's kind of dismissing the way that black people feel about getting a vaccine when they saw what happened to black people through years. We were talking about, what's that thing called? When I was talking about it, I knew what the fuck it was called. But, there was testing syphilis and all that type of shit on black people. And they even had the cure for it, but they still was like, let's see how this shit lingers. Let's give it to them. Let's test them. And that's why we talk about vaccine history with black people. It was something like that. But he clearly dismissed it like it wasn't some real shit. And I understand that because he's white. He's not going to know the nuances or whatever, but like they say in their videos, if you're going to be primarily making money in a black culture thing, you would think that you would be able to kind of move your views along within it. Not just, hey, this is how I think about it, this is right. Because when it comes to emo shit, those guys are right. When I think about emo, I think about people that want to commit suicide, darkness, devil shit, pentagrams, and I feel like a lot of black people, at least people that I grew up with, when you think about shit like that, when you think about goth, emo people, that is the way that they think about it. White people, probably different. They love that shit. Metallica, the big meme where all the white people are like in the fucking ditch or something, they're dancing and they're doing whatever. White people, they love that shit. They look at it as normal because that's just a part of their shit, and they know people that do that shit. And they know people that do that shit aren't, trying to kill themselves. But to completely discount how black people feel when you're like a hip-hop black platform, to me, it always looks like when you see that culture vulture word and you see things like that, it tends to look that way. So like I said, my point is saying that No Jumper will be the next Joe Budden. It'll be the next Joe Budden, but like I said, 10 times worse. Because at least with Joe Budden, although people's mad about the way that the shit was handled, but as far as the talent of Joe Budden, the personality of Joe Budden, he can still thrive off that. I honestly think if Adam 22 left, or AD and what's his name, House Phone left, and Adam tried to bring 2 other people on there, it ain't going to be like how Joe Budden was able to bounce back in a certain way. It's going to be done for. Because you built these guys to be personalities that, as a person at that level, are, more, I don't know how to say it, more, enjoyable to watch and listen to. It's not a detriment. It's a smart business move because you want to continue to expand your brand. You want to bring new people in. You want to bring hosts on that are going to elevate your brand. But now I feel like these guys are put into a position where they could potentially be bigger than you as a person. Because if you watch them go live, they do the same views without Adam being there. My thing is, would the views be swapped if they weren't there? That's why I feel like I could see a downfall coming where it could be really bad for the No Jumper brand, the No Jumper team, which could lead to a demolition of his channel. And he doesn't do the same thing he used to do. He doesn't interview the new upcoming guy who's about to blow up. He's not interviewing the exes, to this, to that, because I don't really think there's a wave like that coming anymore. But that's just my opinion when I looked at the shit. When I saw it, that's how I saw, the downfall of that potential going. Now, the guys, the AD, the Terrell, the Duno, the House Phone, they seem like pretty loyal guys. So I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form, next week they're leaving. It's done for. But I'm just saying, if I look at it, and if they did, this is how I see that whole shit turn out for him. It would turn out very bad. So I would think like, hey, you know what? let me kind of put my pride to the side. Let me put my ego to the side because that episode really did make Adam. If you watch the last episode of that shit, it did make him look bad. Even the way he talked about interacting with fans and this and that, and the way that they talk about interacting with fans, it all looked bad. And it just made me think like, damn, if these guys left this show, it'll be a Joe Budden 2.0 times 10 for the individual podcast. Not saying he can't do his own interview shit. He can still do interviews. So, oh damn, I didn't see all his damn comments. Let me see. You timed me out. My bad. Elo, never mind. Tulsa experiment. But talk about how you building the podcast network. Adam has put a lot of black people on and put bread in their pockets. I'm not saying this. Like, yeah, he put people on. He had it, but he has to do that. It's not saying like, oh, he has to do it, so there's no credit to it. That's credit to it. My point is not that he's not putting people on. My point is that I can see that if this thing ever did implode, it would be worse than when the Joe Budden shit imploded. Because I feel like these guys that he's brought on have excelled his talent and they've been able to show on their own already that they can hold a show on their own and garner an audience, right? Because if you think about when they first dropped their show, they was probably getting like 1,000 viewers per episode. Now they're pretty much getting the same amount of viewers that they're getting when it's Adam on the show or when it's just T-Rail, Duno, and what's his name? 80. That's what I meant by that. Gotcha, imploding his brand. Joe got a tough hill to climb back regardless of the Nicki endorsement. I think Joe Budden's doing fine. Joe Budden, like, his episodes are still like, I think the last episode I saw he put out one today. He got 13,000 views in like 20 minutes. And his last episode that he dropped for YouTube at least got 250,000 views. Like, for a podcast, that's good. Now, is that leaps and bounds away from the 400 to 500 he was giving Rory and Mal? Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, if your podcast is still pulling 250 views only on YouTube, who knows what the audio numbers are doing, you're still doing all right when it comes to being a podcast. Now, if they leave, I didn't. If they leave, I leave. I didn't watch No Jumper. Joe has bounced back, although I don't listen to the show anymore. He's still doing great and going viral on his own. Great topic. T-Rail's a millionaire. He don't need no jumper. Joe's a terrible human being. The new people realize that whoever he encounters. 80 been successful. He don't need no jumper. Sharp is a draw for the No Jumper channel now. Sharp is the one doing numbers now. I don't watch the Sharp shit. That's another guy who he's got on his channel that's elevated his shit as well, but I don't watch whatever. I'm not interested in that type of shit. But even them being successful, I'm talking about like I know like before I saw T-Rail on No Jumper, I knew who he was. He was obviously I saw him a lot with the Last King shit, and then my girl watches his girl, the Heather Sanders girl, and then obviously that's her husband, boyfriend, whatever. So I've been knew that they was rich. I've been seeing the shit they had. But my point is they're now successful in media. So I would try to hold on to them tightly. Because as far as the expansion goes, you need those guys now more than ever. And if you lose those guys, it'll dwindle down. Now, why Adam give a fuck? He says all the time, I don't have to do this shit. I got porn or whatever. That makes you millions of dollars. That's fine. That's great. The point of this analysis isn't to say that he'll be a bum, he'll be broke, nobody ever give a fuck about him. I said, interviews, he can still do interviews. But those are probably dwindled down just because people be mad at the fact that those guys are gone. And he can still do the porn shit because niggas is horny 24/7 and they want to watch porn. So I'm on the Joe Budden Patreon. He's doing numbers. Joe's touring again, but he still can't clean up that bad character he's consistently displayed with his friends and former rap group members. Joe's Patreon content is garbage. I've heard episodes, and it's not worth signing up. I don't know what you mean. He can't clean up that bad character he's consistently displayed with his friends and former rap group members. I don't think when it comes to that rap group shit with Slaughterhouse, I don't think he's wrong to feel the way he feels. Because you actually listen to the records, they're like, essentially, they're telling their story, but they're like talking shit about me with the name that I helped build. And I'm not getting nothing from that. So if I was Joe, I would feel a way about them doing it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I would feel a way about shit like that. Because why are y'all able to talk shit about me, use the name that I helped build, and I'm supposed to sit up there and just shut the fuck up because people don't like me, or I might not have the best track record when it comes to people I've done business with. No. I'm gonna say something about it. And yeah, this is a cross, man. People see Trey Stay Lit says it's dope. Travis thinks it's trash. He probably don't give a fuck about Never Watch Plug Talk. LOL. At Travis Miles at you. He trying to kill. He trying to kill Joe. I kind of fell off from listening to the Joe. Like, I don't listen to Joe Budden podcast as much as I did when it was Rory and Mal. Not because I feel like, oh, he did those guys so dirty. He's a piece of shit. I just the chemistry to me isn't the same that could carry me through an entire episode. So now, if I ever listen to Joe Budden podcast, I go to the timestamps. I see certain topics that I want to hear his opinion on. I click on it, and then once that's over, I'm kind of off of it at that point. But I still, like I said, if it's something I want to hear, I listen to it. I'm not one of the people, Marlon and Rory are gone, so fuck Joe, he's a piece of shit. No, I don't care that damn much about what they got going on. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. Oh, what? He's manipulating you too. LOL. Point is that he avoided communication. I can't be like, he can't manipulate me if I don't give a fuck about their shit. That's the thing. Like, for me to be manipulated, with me to be like invested in that shit still to this point. And I don't know how you got introduced to me. When I watched him, I said, like, when it was going on with the Rory Marsh, I said, like, clearly he's full of shit. Clearly he's spin cycling something. So I don't know. I just don't care. Like, I don't care enough not to listen to him discuss certain topics. That's my point. The point is that he avoided communication and gaslighting everyone into thinking Crook and Joel. Oh, you're talking about manipulating me in the with the slaughterhouse shit. Well, my thing with that situation is I'm not even going off of their I'm not going off the Instagram live that they did together. I'm not going off. I haven't even listened to Joe Budden podcast talking about Slaughterhouse. I'm looking at it as, I see a headline that says Joe Budden mad about Slaughterhouse, yada yada yada. I go and listen to the songs. I hear them talking about him not in a very positive light, and I'm coming to the conclusion, if he is mad about this is what he's mad about. I see why he's mad about that. Just like you, Travis, if you made me and you had a podcast, me, you and Bryce got a podcast together, we make money off it, you no longer want to do the podcast, you start your own thing, and then me and Bryce started back up without excluding you, and we get on and talk shit about you to make a bag, I would assume that you feel a certain way about that. Regardless if we're asking you, Travis, come on, man, come back to the podcast, man. Come on, just one last ride. And you're saying, nah, I'm good, I don't do that no more. If I said, okay, you don't want to do it no more, fuck it, we gonna do it. And then when we do it, we're gonna talk shit about you, you feel a way about that. I would think so. I would think so. But like I said, I don't know what his take is on. I never listened to what he said about it. I never watched the episode where, like, oh, I want to hear what Joe says about Slaughterhouse. All I saw the Instagram live where he told Joel suck his dick, or tell your project to suck a dick, and I saw the headlines talking about it. And then I went to go listen to their song about it. And then, that's how it goes like that. How you gonna say you retired, then lie to Joel? How you gonna say you retired, then lie to Joel and Crook about he never said that? How you gonna say you're retired? I don't know what that part's about. But anyways, it's St. Patrick's Day. It's a great day. I do want to talk about this because it's interesting to see how this conversation about the kids and this conversation about TikTok and using kids is kind of ramping up. So I don't know if y'all know anything about this. We see the war going on with Biden. We see the war going on in Ukraine. We see all these things going on. So Biden turns to TikTokers to battle the Kremlin propaganda machine. Jen Psaki has been briefing Gen Z influencers on Putin's invasion of Ukraine and how Russia hacked the 2016 election when Trump won. So President Biden has turned to a bevy of TikTok influencers to help him battle Russia's propaganda machine, but its invasion of Ukraine. The White House had a Zoom briefing for about 30 popular internet figures who promptly took to their social media accounts to task about what they learned. They include like that. You don't see like how that is. Do y'all see how that could be considered like dangerous to do? Because they know that these TikTokers have influence over the youth and kids. Like they're not looking at. I'm not gonna watch a TikTok and be like, oh my god, I believe that. No, that's not how I do shit. But kids, they'll watch their favorite TikToker and they'll pretty much believe whatever they say. So when they say, hey, the White House told them something, and then probably before doing any research on their own, they went straight to their TikTok and say, hey, the White House told me this. That's dangerous. And to me, that's manipulation. So they included Aaron Parnas, who has 1.2 million followers and is the son of Rudy Giuliani's indicted former associate Lev Parnas. This is what the guy said. I just got off a Zoom call with the White House about the situation in Ukraine. Khalil Green, who calls himself a Gen Z historian, has 540,000 followers, posted a video on his social media accounts. He said the officials on the briefing call encourage them as content creators to use our platform to highlight different issues as they arise, especially when mainstream media fails to do so. According to audio obtained by the Washington Post, Psaki also said on the call that Russia hacked the 2016 election when Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. Now, to me, that's kind of troubling because how can she, like, let's keep it a buck. I don't know if you like Trump or not. I don't give a fuck if you like him or not. Let's keep it a buck. They did a full investigation, found no, collusion and all that type of shit. But she's still able to get on there and tell them, hey, Russia also hacked 2016 election. That's why Hillary Clinton didn't win and Donald Trump won. But today, and I don't believe this shit at all about the 2021 being a fraud or whatever. And I don't think there was election fraud in 2020 when Joe Biden won. Because I think that Joe Biden won not because people like Joe Biden, because everybody fucking hated Trump. Let's just keep it a buck. But the fact that she's able to tell these TikTok kids and say, hey, also Russia hacked 2016, and that's the reason that Hillary Clinton lost. They may have hacked. I'm not saying they didn't hack, but that ain't the reason why Hillary Clinton was unlikable and Donald Trump ignited something in people that they like. That's just what it is. He was something new. He was something fresh. Hillary Clinton was something old. They got a lot of dirt, a lot of shit on her that people didn't like, and she lost. That's it. So she also went on to say, if you look back at 2014, then frankly in 2016, when Russia invaded Ukraine, and then in 2016, when they, of course, hacked our election here, we did not do that. We did not declassify information, she said. The administration's move comes as a wave of misinformation out of Moscow, where Vladimir Putin is justifying the invasion by making false claims about Ukraine. I think he's saying like the Ukrainians are like Nazis, or he's trying to denazify Ukraine and things of that nature, whatever. So all the digital creators on the White House briefing game a similar summary that the administration was emphasizing its work with allies, the assistance it was offering the Ukraine, and how it's trying to prevent a bigger war. So this guy made a TikTok. This is how they usually make their TikToks. The White House invited me and other creators to talk about Ukraine. So Khalil Green, who's a Gen Z historian, posted about it, what he learned. Actions the U.S. is taking to help Ukraine. So they're pretty much spreading their own propaganda into children by using the biggest TikTokers that they could find, I guess, that are on the political side. So Marcus J. DiApollo tweeted about his experience on the White House briefing. The number one message the White House has is U.S.'s unity with partners and allies. The number two message to prevent a more expensive war. National Security Council staffers and White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki conducted the briefing, according to the Washington Post. Aaron Paranas, who said he and his family in Ukraine, whose father Lev assisted Trump's plan to pressure Ukraine to investigate Trump's rival, discussed the White House talking points on the call in the video he posted to social media accounts. Next, we are seeing the United States sanctions on Russia work. Russia's economy is in free fall. The ruble is at its lowest point in a very long time, and the country is on brink of default. And finally, the United States is publishing a significant amount of previously classified information that was since declassified in order to debunk Russia's misinformation and keep the public in Ukraine aware of what is happening. So, I don't know, man. It's just like, even when I used to see they bring the TikTokers up there to use them to tell the kids to get vaccinated, to do this, to do that. It's just nasty. I just look at it. I think it's just nasty because we know who's getting influenced by TikTok. That's why Kanye don't want his daughter on TikTok. That's why people don't want their children on TikTok, because it's used as these type of propaganda things. And I'm not even sitting up here saying that the information that they're doing is wrong or they're saying is wrong. I just don't like it because they know that they're going to get into the minds. They're trying to get into the mind of children who probably ain't even giving a fuck about shit like that. That's my problem. That's my issue with it. To be honest, this administration sucks, and the current mayor of New York is garbage. Gen Z historian. Social media is a huge brainwashing tool. That's an understatement at Trey. I mean, that it's just crazy that we see these things like, oh, as soon as the White House told me something, I went and told my followers immediately. Why not go and like look it up and see for yourself what's actually being done, what's actually going on? So there's other stories about this, right? But this is about China controlling TikTok and shit like that. You know, everybody. I mean, I talked about China at one point did control TikTok. So that's all I got today. Interesting, great conversation. Like I said, like going live, people give their opinions, their thoughts, whatever. Let me see if I got any last minute comments. I should have proofread him to say Joe Ben saying he's retired, but lied to Joel saying he never said he was. But this isn't really about the Joe. But even that, it'd be stupid for Joel and Crook to even to give into that because he's publicly on his podcast said I'm retired for 1,000,000 times. So if I saw somebody keep saying I'm retired from rap, I'm not rapping no more, I'm not rapping no more, I'm not rapping no more, and they tell me, oh, I'm not retired, I'm like, motherfucker, you're lying. You said 1,000,000 times on your podcast, you're retired. So I mean, I don't know. Anyways, like I said, that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. I'll see you guys tomorrow with more shit, man. It's your buddy Fran. Peace.